What is this? What is this? Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and today we are going to talk about, yes, GameStop stock again, but also some other stocks, and particularly Robinhood, and exactly what is going on in what has now been dubbed the meme stock bubble. Well, for those of you who have not been paying attention, it turns out I was wrong yesterday when I said that I didn't see GameStop getting above, doubling its money again. Now, granted, I did say I could be wrong by the time it goes up, and I wouldn't be surprised. And by the time this video is up, who knows where GameStop will be right now. But look, it's added another $180 today to its value. Holy cow, it's catching up to Netflix. It's catching up to Netflix. And here's another thing. That AMC stock that I bragged about, look at this. Just look at this. I have gained over $1,000 today. I actually do have a vested interest in this. I really wish I had bought 100 more shares when it was $2 stinking. I knew it was going to pop. I didn't think this would happen. And you know what's crazy about this? This is actually the thing that might really, truly save AMC. All the valuation that they lost because of the coronavirus pandemic, they gained it back in one day because of a Save AMC campaign. I don't know why all these are halfway through, but whatever. So let's look at this article. How the Save AMC campaign caused the movie theater company stock to soar. Thanks to a community on Reddit, AMC Theater saw blockbuster success with this morning's opening of the stock market as shares of the movie theater chain soared up by almost 300%. The Save AMC campaign not only spread quickly on Reddit, but also trended high on Twitter and TikTok. It all started with a message posted to Reddit's Wall Street Bets community on Tuesday, in which a user shared a detailed list of reasons to encourage people to invest in AMC Entertainment Holdings. Some of these points include examples of why the company's business model is supposedly built for success, since its profits have steadily grown in recent years. This is true. Other arguments appeal to people's nostalgia by saying that folks will always need theaters for dates, entertaining their children, and for enjoying the unique experience of seeing the motion pictures the way they're meant to be seen on a large screen with superior audio. And yeah, I've been arguing this for like a little while, personal thing. I talk about this on my other channel all the time, but why do people think movie theaters are going away just because more things are going on streaming? Seriously, nothing replaces the experience of a movie theater. People don't like to always sit on the couch every single night. People like to go out, and as far as going out is concerned, movie theaters are far more logical, and I don't understand why people think like, hey, after COVID is over, baseball games will come back, concerts will come back, let's see here, playing in arcades will come back. Arcades was never huge in America for the last several years, but they still exist. All these things are going to come back except movie theaters. No, here's the thing. Even if there's an option for you to do this thing at home, and there's almost an at-home option for pretty much everything, heck, you can drink at home, and yet people go to bars. Why are movie theaters the one thing people will not return to? Anyway, that's my little side mini rant there. But anyway, let's continue this article. AMC to the moon quickly became a popular rallying cry for those supporting the effort, with some people creating memes like an astronaut happening upon an AMC theater on the moon. Others pleaded that buying up AMC shares supports local AMC theaters and those who work in them. Needless to say, the call to arms worked, and AMC shares traded at $20.31 on Wednesday morning, less than a day after Save AMC first took off on Reddit, compared to $2.01 3 weeks ago and yesterday's closing of $5 per share. And I thought that $5 bump was a pretty drastic bump. In the Reddit community, our Wall Street Bets sounds familiar. That's because it's been in the news in recent days after members threw their share buying and internet commenting weight behind a similar campaign for GameStop. Once a popular video game retailer, GameStop had been struggling as of late with shares traded at under $20 at the end of December. Then our Wall Street Bets flooded Reddit with messages and memes, which then spread all over social media. Elon Musk even tweeted his support. The result, GameStop shares closed at $148 yesterday, and they're doing much better than that. So, while the monumental stock price boost may be temporary for AMC, the company doesn't anticipate being a huge financial flop in the near future. Though the coronavirus pandemic hit AMC particularly hard, the company had already put a plan into place to stave off bankruptcy. On Monday, AMC CEO Adam Aron announced that the company had raised $917 million in capital since December As part of its plan, $506 million of that funding came from the issuing of new common shares in an investment deal with Murdoch Capital Management, while the rest came from refinancing its European revolving credit facility. So stockholders did play a part in saving AMC. Today, the sun is shining on AMC, Aaron said in Monday's statement. The company has yet to comment on today's social media-fueled stock surge. Now, here's the thing. What's causing this and GameStop... I'm sorry, this one I did mean to be in the middle. The reason this is concerning people is because Robinhood has essentially created what is being dubbed the meme stock. Now, what is a meme stock? Well, according to mywallstreet.com, this is a blog, whether you pronounce it meme, or God forbid, mimi, as social media has grown in importance in modern day life, the ubiquitousness of memes has grown with it. So much so, it has even pervaded the stock market. Meme stocks have become a buzzword in certain investing circles over recent years, and the accompanying hype has resulted in significant shifts in valuations. A meme stock isn't as easily defined as a growth or value stock, so to give it a definitive categorization would be inappropriate, nor would actually categorizing it alongside growth and value stocks. They won't be found in textbooks anytime soon, but to overlook their impact could potentially be an expensive oversight. Some of the common characteristics meme stocks share are that they're usually overpriced and experience spikes of rapid growth in short spaces of time. Popular amongst millennials, they are prone to high validity with valuations based around potential rather than financials, aka people think the company has potential, or maybe they just have a certain soft spot in their heart for the company and they're feeling nostalgic for it. They just don't want to see it go away. And so it's like, hey, I like AMC all the years I've got. Heck, stock's $3. I'll buy $50 worth of stock. Why not? It'll help the company. Those are emotional buys. Financial buy, a long-term person would look at this and say, well, streaming's catching on, there's going to be less theaters, the window's shrinking, maybe this isn't a good long-term investment, and that's the difference. So, just to let you guys know. Anyway, the sentiment around the stock is usually positioned around the future problem it solves, with talk of valuations very low down the list and usually only proposed by bears. FOMO is a big motivator to buy, while panic selling at the slightest headwind is common, adding to the stock's validity. A peek at marijuana companies like Tilray's and Canopy Growth's long-term charts show a timeline of such stocks which are governed by hype rather than logic. And by the way, for the record, Tesla also became a super high valuable stock under this system. All these Wall Street analysts were saying that it wasn't going to work, that it's targeted for $27, and people looked at Tesla and said, nah, Tesla's cool, and we don't want them to go away. So they all start buying a bunch of Tesla stocks, and then for at least today, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. That's how fast and how easily it happens. But let's go back to the GameStop fiasco meme bubble article, which is written by James Surowiecki. I think I pronounced that correctly. And let's look at this article. GameStop is a struggling, kind of boring, mid-sized retailer stuck in a legacy business, selling physical video games. But it's also pretty much the only company anyone on Wall Street is talking about right now after its stock rose 160% in a matter of hours on Monday morning to an all-time high of 159. By day's end, GameStop's price had been cut by more than half, but that still left it up more than 300% this year and almost 3,000% from its 52-week low, and it was up another 15% on Tuesday's opening. How much is it up today? It's up 128% today. Wonderful. It isn't GameStop's precarious rise, impressive as it's been, that has everyone fascinated. Instead, it's what's fueling that rise. Concentrated buying by thousands upon thousands of small individual investors who are using sites like Reddit and Robinhood to drive up what are now being called meme stocks. GameStop is the best known of these meme stocks simply because its gains have been so outrageous, but it was preceded last year by Hertz and Kodak, which I know another former Uber tuber of mine really pressed Hertz, and that also goes to show how speculating on these stocks can lead to a pretty huge loss, if you could get my drift, which despite having struggling businesses saw their stock prices soar and they became Reddit darlings, and now stocks like AMC, Nokia, and BlackBerry, which is, yes, still in business, have also caught Reddit's fancy. It's easy to see the meme stock boom as just a speculative bubble and evidence of how the current stock market has lost touch with reality. Speculative bubbles, is also called story stocks, are, after all, familiar things on stock Wall Street. In the late 1950s, uranium stocks soared, following a few years later by bowling stocks, then RV stocks. So if you want to know what they're talking about, and again, these videos, I have to stress, these are not financial advice videos. I do not recommend you buy anything. I do not recommend you sell anything. I can tell you what I would do, but that is not personal. That is not advice for you. That is what I would do. Do not take my advice. I take no responsibility. It's your money. Spend it however you want. At the same time, at the moment, if you really want to know what these meme stocks are becoming, check out with these Wall Street bets. This is the Reddit where people are making their millions right now. As you can see, this guy just put $5,000 to GameStop. This guy's made almost $50,000. They make fun of the people, basically the suits, that say this stock is going to go nowhere, and they target the stocks that suits don't like to get behind. Like this guy says, Wall Street hates it when peasants steal money from big billion-dollar institutional investors. And keep in mind, a lot of these billionaires poo-poo the stocks because they've got an invested interest in the stocks failing, and this is basically the public fighting back. Jim Cramer's there, and look, this person's made over $1 million, and let's see what... But this is where it can get a little volatile. Okay, so you see a screenshot like this, and this guy's going like, GameStop to the moon, and the first comment is... Well, the second comment is, keep holding, you beautiful Redditor, because once people like this start selling, guess what? The stock's going to fall in valuation again. And here's what's kind of interesting, and this is why we might be talking about this a heck of a lot more than I realize, because it's not just the meme stock. Robinhood has now officially changed the game. Robinhood has changed investing forever now. Investing used to be you talk to a financial expert, which I still encourage, by the way. You study stocks, you make long-term purchases, you don't buy on the whim. But Robinhood has made like buying and selling a stock, basically being a day trader, easier than it's ever been. People are cooped up indoors, they've got stimulus money, they're playing around with it. Some people are finding some success. Heck, my portfolio has doubled in a year. This extra portfolio that I did for fun just to record and document what an average of $100 to $200 a week into Robinhood looks like, it's doubled. I could not have predicted that. I kind of wonder, would Blockbuster be in this situation? Like, if Blockbuster was still around, they were like feigning bankruptcy, they might be saved by Robinhood, because people would have fond memories of Blockbuster. The stock would be dirt cheap, and they would buy a bunch of it. So, I mean, personally, I will be subscribing to this Reddit thread. I've never subscribed to a Reddit thread before, just because I'm kind of curious, what is the next thing that they're going to put their money behind? And I might roll the dice. I might just roll the dice for once. But I do caution you, and I have to stress this. This is not the smartest thing to do. I am not going to be getting into GameStop. I already have AMC, and I am doing very well at AMC because this happened while I held it. And I was a believer in AMC before. Now I'm really a believer. But keep in mind, these are bets being made. They're not investments. The thing is, you could put $10,000 in a GameStop, and tomorrow it could crash, as any stock on Reddit could. And the thing about the internet and memes is that people get bored with them fast. So please be careful whatever you decide to do. Now, if you don't have Robinhood, you can start with a free stock by signing up using the referral link below. And it could even be like a popular stock like Apple or Facebook. But Robinhood is changing the way people invest, and it is fascinating. Robinhood is what made Tesla one of the biggest companies in the world. It's made electric vehicles this big thing, because even though the big suits, who probably are invested in oil, by the way, are publicly poo-pooing the rise of green energies, the young millennials and the young Gen Z and whatever you want to call them, they want green energy, so they're buying green energy stocks and making them more valuable and making the oil stocks less popular. I have actually gotten out of my Exxon stock a long time ago, but this is going to be very, very interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. When your personal driver who is still out there, and he's still doing fine, by the way, recommended I use this app. I never thought it would be as big of a part of my life as it is now. It's made investing so much easier. It also has made potentially losing a lot higher. So whatever you do, be careful, but it's fascinating. And my question now is, do you have any meme stocks? Are you going to subscribe to this Reddit thread? What do you think about the future? How long do you think this will last? Certainly will add to a lot of validity in the future, but I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one. What I just thought, if MoviePass was still a publicly traded company now, they would probably be worth $200 to $300 a share, because so many people would love using MoviePass, they would have made the stock a giant hit. MoviePass, you came along just a little too early.